today. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Washington football team.
The calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Washington football team. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Returnable for Watson. A good return there, 17 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Barker. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A huge play there for Washington.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
On 1st down, Barker. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll run with Gibson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Flushed out right. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Their mobile quarterback. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Now Lawrence. This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Watson. Touchdown, Washington. Mark that down as a punt return of 78 yards. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. I'll tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Lawrence will throw. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off play action. Barker. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now a timeout called for by the offense. He'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on first down. Barker. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Nothing is the score after 1 on EA Sports. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Off the play fake. Barker, he'll buy some time right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Lawrence. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Robinson now off the option. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for it all. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Robert Woods, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead will shrink to 6. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in his first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lawrence. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. And the Jaguars send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Play action. Barker slings this deep from McLaurin. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A huge play there for Washington.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And able to work his way down to the 16. They're going to hurry back to the line now. From the gun on third down. Barker. Well, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there. That's batted down and incomplete. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick is good. And now it's a two-score game at 9, 16-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first-half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. James Robinson and the rest of the Jags offense set to go to work once more. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. So we come upon halftime with the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here is Washington now to take over. Last week, good result. They were able to beat the Detroit Lions, and now they are on the good side of the scoreboard right now as well. Second half starts with a run by Gibson. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Off the play fake. Barker. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Shaquille Griffin with a hit. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. This is caught. It's Woods. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On play action, Lawrence. Looking for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Chase Young with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. The kick by Lambeau is good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now. It's 16-10. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Washington offense set to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there.
That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Jags are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They start on the ground with Robinson here. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
To throw on 2nd down, Barker. This will be caught by Brown. That catch good for only a yard, and it will be 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Barker being chased out left. And he lost the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Caleb Chason. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Off play action. Barker. And that is incomplete.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Off the play fake. Barker. They'll roll him out right, and he'll complete this to Gibson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Tressway now. Afternoon. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 4th down, Barker. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the Jaguars are right back in this football game. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth-quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Short throw to Disler. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the play.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Robert Woods with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jags are an extra point away from taking the lead. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Gibson here running out of the gun.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Here's Gibson on the read option. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Looking to throw on second down. Barker forced out to his left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, and
he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll look to throw. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
On first down, it's Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot. So what can they do to get closer now on third down? A handoff for Gibson. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Stays on his feet, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. In possession for the possible game winner, but they need to get up and spike it. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker.